Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm doing another walk around a local block. Kind of nice and leafy it is down there. Yeah, just taking another quick walk around a local block. Typical UK suburban block. For those of you who are not in the UK, so this is the typical UK suburban block. A mixture of houses, semi-detached. Semi-detached two is like one building but split into two houses. For those of you who are not familiar, as opposed to a detached, which is a building by itself with one family occupying it. So there's a semi, you see there's two front doors there, and there's a detached here. So it's just one front door, one building. So that's basically the difference between the semis and the detached. So we're just taking a walk. They put these new humps on this road, speed humps, because they're designed to stop people speeding down the road. I think it's working quite effectively, because there were some people who would speed over these humps, but now I'm finding that they're coming over it much more slowly. They kind of slow down and stop before they go over. So there's a few on the road, but it really decreases the traffic speed, and of course it makes it more pleasant for everybody, and hopefully it will stop any potential accidents from people speeding. So this is a little church here. It's a church building on the road. Somebody's got some big truck here. One of those big trucks, you collect cars with. If a car is broken down, they'll have a pickup truck. So it looks as though somebody's got a pickup truck, and all part of this church building on the road. I live on a road with a church. Anyway, well, this is actually not my road. It's part of the block. So I would say it's my road, but it's a road on the block. And pretty quiet. This is one of our bus stops. One of the bus stops, you have to sit on that little bench. Look how skinny that bench is. And here we have some people. These cars are generally school pickup cars, to pick the children up and drop them to school and bring them back home. So these are the vans, the buses, school buses we're using. I know in different countries they all have different styles of buses, but this is ours. So we carry on walking a bit. That particular tree I showed you just now, when we were kids, we used to call it the monkey tree. The monkey tree. I think it's the way the branches come out. Maybe they remind us of monkey's arms. But anyway, there used to be a superstition that you can't talk while you're walking past the monkey tree, or otherwise it could be bad luck. And up to this day, I've kind of kept it. So I'm not sure. Do you keep superstitions? Look at all these cars going by. All these cars. Look at that Mercedes with a red roof. Mercedes, Jeep, then a van. There's a nice little Lexus here. All again, different styles of architecture. Look at that nice white house across the road. British architecture. British architecture. So yeah, do you keep superstitions? That's one of my superstitions, not to talk past the monkey tree. And I still, up to this day, it's a lovely black front door. Up to this day, I still keep that superstition. So I'm walking up this hill now. It's quite a steep hill. I'm not sure if you'll get the feel for how steep it is, the way I'm holding the camera, but it's quite a steep hill. But I'm gonna get those steps in. I could even cut through this path here and make it easier for myself, but I'm a glutton for punishment, so I'm gonna walk right up the hill. Really stretch my lungs and stretch my legs. Look at these cars again rushing down. Everybody's in a hurry. Another BMW, followed by a van, followed by a big truck. Another Mercedes, an Alfa Romeo, another BMW, followed by a big truck. So I guess you've come to the conclusion that I know my cars. You've come to the conclusion that I know my cars. And yes, I'm very familiar with cars. I do like cars. Here's where a Range Rover, black Range Rover, and the Millie Clubman Cooper. So the Clubman is a slightly larger Mini. So yeah, I do like my cars, and I've had a business in cars, dealing with cars. I had a valeting company dealing with cars. And of course, I've bought and sold cars and changed cars quite frequently. So I do like my cars. But I don't like wasting money on cars. Because a lot of people, they waste money on cars. They spend so much of their money on cars. So, got some guys working here on this house. But you got to, some people really waste money on cars. So don't go over your budget. Don't let the car drain your finances. There's a detached house here. That's what we call a big detached house here. Don't let you see the different color bins. The blue is recycling. And the brown bin is for garden waste. Garden waste. Then we have another black bin which is for general waste. That's your food waste and stuff. So you got the blue is your recycling. You're recycling your cardboard, paper, plastic, etc. Then you have your brown bin, that's for garden waste, your weeds, your twigs, your grass, etc. Then we have the black bin, that's for your general waste. So you can see now, maybe now you see how steep the hill is. You see? So they're going downhill that way. See how they're going downhill? Then you see the other cars coming uphill. On the opposite side of the road, they're coming uphill. There's an apartment building across the road. An apartment building, or flats, is one big building with several units in. I think more in the States and other countries, Europe, they call it more apartments. Across here, we call it flats. But that's a small apartment building. And I continue. There's more apartments here. I think these are retirement apartments. Let's say it again, retirement apartments. And I'm coming to the top of the hill. The top of the hill. And again, there's a junction here. There's a junction here. I can see a police car. Is it a police car or an ambulance? You can hear the siren. You see the siren? Oh, it's a police car. Watch it. I would be a good police driver. I would be a good police driver. I would use that. I would use the advantages of having a police siren to the most of my ability, to the maximum effect. Yes, sir. I would whiz in and out of traffic. In and out of traffic. So now I've walked right to the top of the hill. You know, when I first came here and I used to walk this particular hill, I used to be breathless. But now I find I've walked the hill quite easy. And it's quite a steep hill. So it should hold me in good fast when I go to countries which have got more hills, more hilly terrain. Yeah, it should hold me in good fast when I go to countries which have got more hilly terrain, such as there's a place where I went to last year. It's in Portugal, but I went to I was in the Algarve. Beautiful place. The Algarve. Beautiful beaches. And the place I stayed, I was right on the seafront. I stayed in a Holiday Inn hotel. Beautiful time. Because the Holiday Inn hotel in Albufeira is right on the beach. It literally is right on a sandy, beautiful beach. So when you go downstairs to get your breakfast, there's this massive window of viewing, and as you sit down and have your breakfast, the sea is right in front of you. This blue-green sea, such a beautiful sight. And I've been to a few Caribbean islands, and the beaches and the color of the sea was just as good. It was just as good as those Caribbean islands. So, yeah, so I'm hoping that my build-up in stamina will help me when I go to countries which, you know, sometimes the roads are a bit more hilly. Because I intend to visit Portugal again. There's a place, Lisbon. Lisbon is the capital of Portugal. Lisbon is the capital of Portugal, and there's a lot of hilly roads there. That's what everybody tells me. I never got to Lisbon the last time I went. I stayed in the Algarve, and I really regret not taking a day trip and getting to Lisbon. But I was so relaxed in the Algarve. So relaxed, I just stayed there. The week went and I had such a good time. But next time I must get down there. I must get down there. You can see there's lots of cars at this time. It's not even rush hour, so I don't know why we got so much cars at this time. It's not, I think it must be at 2 o'clock. But there's so much cars and Mercedes coming out their drive. And here's a guy who's riding on his bicycle. He's really ridden uphill. He's done a really good job being able to ride his bike uphill. A really good job he's done. Because it is a steep hill he's come up. He doesn't look like a spring chicken. And he's come up this really steep hill. There's a house there. Quite a large house, if I may say so myself. What a big truck we've got coming towards us. That's a big truck. Yeah, quite a big truck. Little grey Lexus there, followed by a Nissan Leaf, followed by a BMW. A BMW coupe. So I'm really getting the steps in. There's so many lovely places to walk around here. There is so many lovely places to walk around here. So I'm just taking it all in. I am taking it all in. There's a kind of fencing, we call this close board fencing. Close board. It's a very strong wooden fencing. Very good for standing up against storms. And got some British brickwork. You see, we use the small bricks across here. And the bricklayers, that's the people who put houses and walls together. They know how to arrange these bricks with the cement and everything to build. So you see, there's a nice, what you call red brick. These bricks here are called red bricks. So we call this a red brick wall. Lovely trees and bush and foliage. A nice BMW coming towards us. Nice red brick wall. There's some leaves still on the floor, as you can see. I think I did say in one of the last videos, we are in autumn here, where a lot of the trees, someone gone by on his scooter. There's an old couple. How nice. Look at them holding hands. So we did say in the last video, there's a lot of leaves on the floor. How you doing? You okay? And I always make it a habit to greet the elders. I always make it a habit. Hello, okay, how are you? It's not hard. It's not hard. Always look out for the elders and always, make that effort to say hello and make sure they're doing okay. So where were we now? I was talking about Portugal. I was talking about being autumn and the foliage and taking those steps. I'm actually going downhill now. It's quite simple for me. I really decided to go at the real steepest part of the road first this time. To really go on the steepest part of the road first this time, which I did. There's an old building on this road. Traditional detached building. I think it's been split into separate apartments. That's what happens a lot now. The real big buildings, they cost a lot to maintain, so you find a lot of them have been converted from one family home into several units. You got quite a big building here. This one hasn't been converted. That's just one family's residence. We should really call it the White House. We should really call it the White House, the Midlands version, East Midlands version of the White House. Not quite as grand. Not quite as grand. And still, we have all these leaves. Look, somebody's left, is it microfiber cloth on the floor? What were they doing to leave that microfiber cloth on the floor? I like the place nice and neat and tidy. And here we got what we call a bungalow. It's a house on one story, a one-story house. And in the Caribbean, you call them flat houses. Flat house, that's what they call them. Trinidad, Trinidad crew, where are you? Trinidad crew, where are you? I know in Trinidad they say it's a flat house. A flat house. Across here we call them bungalows. And other houses you'll have over 2 stories. Sometimes even 3 stories. And somebody's got all the bins out. The whole selection of bins, as I told you earlier. They've got them all there and ready. There's a nice little mini conifer they've got in front of their house. And it is a pleasant walk. It's not too cold. It's not particularly hot, but it's just right. I've got my nice warm coat on. It really does keep me snug. It really does keep me snug. It really does keep me snug. There's some nice trees on somebody's house here. And of course, you've got a drive. Again, the leaves. It's just the leaves. It gives it a certain something when you see the leaves on the floor in the autumn. There's a certain richness. A certain richness it gives the place. There's a Mercedes Vito van. A lot of these vans are V2 vans. They're used for taxiing because they got lots of seats in, so they can be quite versatile. But a lot of them are used by the taxi companies, the taxi owners. Yeah, it's that Jamaican flag again. Jamaica, Jamaica, the Jamaican flag. So yes, it's always good to build up that what do you call it? That strength, heart strength, cardiovascular strength. You get that from regular walking, eating the right diet, not eating too much white flour, white sugar, too much. Do not eat table salt. Use sea salt. And use that in moderation. That keeps the blood pressure down. Drink a spoon of olive oil. Here's that yellow taxi again. The yellow taxi. Yes, you have to have the right diet, the right exercise, and hopefully it'll keep you pretty healthy. You got to keep tabs on that blood pressure. Keep tabs on that diet so you don't get the diabetes. And if you do have the diabetes, you've got to keep it in check. Lovely. Look at the lovely trees I'm surrounded by. Lovely trees I'm surrounded by. Yeah, keep tabs on your health, because your health, good health, is your true wealth. I'm going to say that again. Good health is your true wealth. Anyway, guys, I think I've talked enough. If you've listened and you've kept with me right up until now, I will like to thank you. I really do appreciate it that you've taken the time to stay listening to the videos, and of course I hope you enjoyed them. If you've enjoyed them, I would ask you to hit the like button. If you enjoy the videos and you want to be kept informed of what I am doing, hit that subscribe button. So 2 things you can do. There's a Lexus IS 250. I've got a couple of those. Anyway, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and stay blessed. You do good things will come back to you. So guys, all I've got to say from now is see you guys in the next video, and I bid you a beautiful, brilliant day. Bye for now.